Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. Live, uncensored, unfiltered.
Yeah.
Unprepared, completely unprepared.
Unfiltered.
Unfiltered. Geeky unfiltered.
Geeky raw.
And we debated whether or not we should introduce alcohol to this
I was just too lazy
party.
to go get it. I mean, to be
sure
completely honest, I was just too lazy to go get it. So that's just the truth of the matter. I'm feeling lazy today. Anyway, so She-Ra, guys. Well, first of all, we all know that there really wasn't anything at Toy Fair about She-Ra other than the PowerCon saying that they're going to kind of mention She-Ra, but they're kind of pushing it to the back burner for next year. But there will be a 12-inch old school Starburst She-Ra doll.
Yeah, so they are bringing out classic She-Ra. We did a video on this.
Yeah.
They're bringing out classic She-Ra dolls next year for PowerCon. PowerCon makes a big announcement.
This year for PowerCon.
Or this year. I'm sorry. This next. I don't even know what year I'm on. I haven't even had alcohol. But they're going to be bringing out classic dolls. But they said, hey, we're going to celebrate She-Ra this year, but we're not going to celebrate the new show too much.
And we're going to do a lot for it because we're going to do a lot for next year for the 35th.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
hopefully next year I get my dang dolls, Mattel. I'm waiting for those dolls, Mattel. Did I mention those dolls with the beautiful brushable hair, Mattel? You can send them to me, Mattel.
Oh, boy.
I will pimp you, Mattel. Good.
Thank you. We're the best married couple. I hope we are. Not to worry, we're still flying half a show. Yeah, we're flying half a show. And so we're going to try to muddle through this one. Anyway, Geeky was out looking for She-Ra news.
I was trying to see if they had there were toys I missed, but no.
No, there's nothing. Mattel is still completely silent on new She-Ra.
But I found other stuff. It's really funny. In the last few days, suddenly there's a bunch of articles popping up. And you usually see this around the time they're trying to keep you top of mind and get the PR machine rolling because they have the next season coming, in April?
I think it's April. I think season 2 is coming out.
So coming in April. So they're starting now to we got to start getting this rolling and getting everybody interested in it. And don't you know that, again, all old school fans are problematic. So we're gonna go to this, and we're the minority that everybody loves, universally loves the new She-Ra show.
Yeah, now it's weird because they tried a couple weeks ago, and actually Melody Britt retweeted, or Melody Britt, who's the voice of the original She-Ra, actually posted our video on her Facebook page, calling out the marketing machine on the new She-Ra show, because they basically marketed the new show at the expense of the old school fans. They threw the original show under the bus to market it to a new audience, and it was very skeezy, frankly, how they did it, because they dismissed all the women and gay folks who worked on the original show.
Right, and they still are.
In
another one of these articles. And the thing is, like, they were talking about how important the original show was to so many people, because they keep acting like, you keep hearing the comments about how, it was cringy and it was problematic and it was campy and all these other things that are insulting it constantly. But the article talked about, from these creators and stuff, how important the show was to so many people, and how people come up to them and tell them what they learned from the show and how much it meant to them. And that's what we've been saying. It was really important to people like me and to like you, and I'm sure some of you. And the whole idea of dismissing that as if you're nothing because they want to take it in a new direction is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, when She-Ra herself is upset at the dishonest marketing behind this show, you're doing something wrong. I mean, you really are. But they're trying very, very hard to convince people that things are fine.
It's all fine here.
They're all fine, even though Mattel refuses to even.
It's merely a flesh wound.
Yeah, Mattel has not even had a single tweet acknowledging the existence of this show. They created She-Ra. There's not even a single tweet acknowledging that this show exists. They didn't even retweet it when Netflix dropped it. They've done nothing to promote it. That tells me that this show is basically dead to Mattel. They're not producing toys for it that we know of. They were at Toy Fair. There's nothing said about She-Ra. If they were producing toys, they would have been like, hey guys, check out the new She-Ra show. I think there's some behind the scenes conflict. And it's also Mattel wants to start that new streaming service with all these new shows. I think they're basically waiting for DreamWorks She-Ra to run its course, and then they're going to try to swoop in and get the rights back to She-Ra and He-Man and do them the Mattel way. That's my hunch. but this show's effectively dead to them, which is weird. It's really
I don't know.
weird.
Well, we don't know what's going on. They're just not saying anything, so I can't like say that they're not doing anything because we don't know that for
Silence
sure.
speaks volume.
It is weird.
Volumes. Of marketing.
Okay, so we got this article today. This is funny. He-Man, 23 weird things only superfan know about She-Ra's anatomy. What the hell?
What the hell? I thought we weren't allowed to talk about her boobs.
Well, no, real fans know that she doesn't have any because she's a real woman now, man. So here we go. Here is this article, which I got to see a couple of these, and then after a couple of them, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So I haven't seen all of these yet myself.
God. Okay, so we're gonna read these with you all.
Okay. So in 1985, the cartoon She-Ra, Princess of Power, a He-Man spin-off, they keep pushing that like she's not her own thing, drew in children and grown-ups alike. Adora, a soldier of the evil horde controlling Etheria, is revealed to be the Princess Adora, whose alter ego is none other than the legendary warrior princess She-Ra. It's up to Adora, She-Ra, and her new friends to defeat Hordak and the evil horde and restore balance to the planet of Etheria. Yeah. She-Ra was widely successful, yes, and so too were the toys derived from the show. Yes. This was to be expected, of course, as the He-Man and She-Ra universe was inspired by He-Man toys. So right off, it's all He-Man. She-Ra's not her own thing. So in 2018, fans were delighted. We were all so delighted to see a new reboot of the 85 cartoon Netflix. Well, I wanted to be delighted. I was delighted for about 10 minutes till I saw who was running it. And then I was like, oh, shit. Anyway, go ahead.
Thank you, McKinney90. Did not have to do that. A She-Ra vid. Time for Geeky to switch to her battle piranha body.
It's coming.
Yeah, we look like clownfish.
And that body has boobs. Because that's what strong females do.
Piranhas
anyway,
don't have boobs.
Well, my piranha body has boobs. Because I use my nanobots to give my boobs. Because that's how I envision myself.
You envision yourself so your
boobs.
nanotechnology
me
your
boobs,
body boobs.
Because that's what but no lipstick though. So anyway, so fans were all delighted. We were so happy.
No, they were not.
We were delighted. We were just like, oh, yay. And though the initial release of the new character design sparked undeniable controversy online, I love this. The show's actual target audience. Who's the show's actual target audience? Because it varies depending on what article you read. Remember, you could not have an opinion about She-Ra because it's not for you. It's for children. It's for children. You can't say anything because it's for flippin' children.
Flippin' children. Not just children, but flippin' children.
Flippin' children. And you can't say anything because it's for children. No, the target audience for the show is Tumblr. In another article, they flat out say it. Millennials and Tumblr. They flat out say it. That's what the target audience is. So the show's actual target audience, as well as critics, praised it. Because I don't think little 7-year-olds are going on the internet praising the show.
The actual target audience of Tumblr praised it.
I'm just saying, the actual target audience, Tumblr, praised it. They keep claiming it's for children. I haven't seen 7-8-year-olds on the internet praising it. Praise the Netflix reboot for its inclusivity. Yes, because 7-year-olds are going to say, oh my God, it's so great because it's inclusive.
We have one of every kind. This is great.
It's like the Crayola color box of, all those little 7-8-year-olds have been going on the internet just like constantly singing the praises of the inclusivity and representation of She-Ra because that's the target audience. Anyway, so the new She-Ra in many ways is different from the original. Yeah, but both shows are rooted in the same lore, and there's a lot to be said about I'm not saying that word. I hate that word.
Why? Every time we
talk
about She-Ra, they use the word titular.
But you're not allowed to use the word titular because it has tit in it.
She doesn't have any titulars.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have titulars and be strong female, but you're allowed to use titular all the time. I'm going to say the title character, okay? She-Ra, or Adora, is not only a mythical warrior, but she's also an interesting character with a tragic backstory that could rival some superheroes. Why does she want to compete with superheroes? In all the Netflix re-release, here are 25 things only fans would know about She-Ra. And of course, it's all about the new one, I'm sure. Whether you're a longtime fan of the 85 show or newly enthusiastic supporter of the reboot, you're clearly skewing this. I mean, there's no way.
My God. Anyway, Daimo Z, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Glad these crazies don't have the rights to use He-Man in the She-Ra reboot. Otherwise, they'd make him soy. I was afraid. What was the skinny little blonde hair?
I know what titular means. I just don't like the word.
The skinny little blonde kid. What was his name? Kevin? Was it Kevin? No. What the hell was his name?
Keith? No. Keith was
whatever. The little blonde kid they had in She-Ra. I was like, oh my God, they make him.
I don't even remember his name. That's how she. Kyle. It was a K. We knew it was a K.
Kyle. Yes. I'm like, oh my God, if they make Kyle He-Man, I'm gonna freaking.
Okay. So we got to look at what the reason is, okay? We got to look at these 20...
Everybody knows it's Kyle except me.
I don't care.
How many times have you guys watched this show?
Number 3.
I watched it once.
Okay, guys, her design is more popular than you think. That's right, because everybody loves it. Because you know why?
Everybody loves
because anybody who doesn't love it automatically gets dismissed as a white guy or a straight guy, and we don't have to listen to them. So everybody loves it because anybody who doesn't is clearly a man, and they're dismissible. So before the show was rebooted, back when the new design for She-Ra was released, it caused quite a stir. Yeah. Some are upset that the mythical princess's new design was less feminine than She-Ra's previous incarnation. Because why would you expect a character to be feminine when her name's She-Ra? However, since the show came out, many fans have expressed their love for the new She-Ra and said the new style fits the show quite well. No,
Here comes the truck.
Oh yeah, the new style fits the new show quite well. They both suck, so that's fine.
We remember the names of our enemies.
And after all, She-Ra is meant to inspire children. Wait. The children that's at the target audience that are on the internet raving about the inclusivity and the diversity of the show. Those children.
Those children. Yes.
Well, some of them act like children, so there's that.
Sunshine.
It doesn't matter if she's feminine or not, as long as she's an amazing warrior. It matters if she's feminine or not because her name is She-Ra.
Oh my God. Gene the Machine, thank you, didn't have to do that. No matter what color of crayons you have in a set, they all taste the same. You know
That's true. They do all taste the same.
I prefer
I'm not
paste.
saying, speaking from experience, I used to eat paste too. And you know
Tastes
what was
like
gross?
Bengay.
You did. And you know what was gross?
Not that
about,
I ate Bengay.
You know what's gross about paste is that everybody's sticking their fingers in it and then we're eating it. And we wonder why we got sick all the time. It's like a gluey germ factory of dirt, debris, and nastiness.
It's
They're
like
picking their nose and then sticking it in the paste and then we're eating it.
It's like, oh God, it's like Bengay flavored hummus or salsa then. Because
think
everybody just kind of dives
in. When you're a
in.
kid, you don't think about that. But when you're an adult, you're like, ew. Anyway, okay. Anyway, so now we're going to do our usual, which they immediately go to compare it to Avatar: The Last Airbender. No. They're not in the same, even the same ballpark.
Wait for the Miyazaki comparison.
In Avatar, the reincarnation, they're going on about the reincarnation because now there have been many She-Ras. And Adora is part of the long reincarnation cycle. No, that's new. That was
stolen from Avatar.
That was added. That is not the original show.
Well, she looks like Aang in the face. I mean,
well, she does look like Aang. Look, yes, there's a similarity. Look, Aang.
This is sacrilege.
Aang.
Yeah, I know. Like, this is sacrilege. And
then it's just like, okay, so she's much taller than the princess.
Wait, this is about her. Wait, what? Are you sure you don't want that alcohol?
As I'm saying, this is all about the new She-Ra, not the old She-Ra. The original She-Ra wasn't much taller than the other princesses.
They were all kind of samey. They all had the same.
But I thought they said this is for old and new fans, and all I'm seeing is new stuff. In the reboot, at least, because do we mention the reboot? Guess what, guys? There's a reboot. Did you know that the reboot, and it's better, and it's better, and it's better? In the reboot, at least, She-Ra is constantly described as an 8-foot tall warrior woman.
Yeah, Bo's got longer lashes than She-Ra.
While Adora looks fearsome in her horde uniform, no, She-Ra towers over the other princesses because she has to assert her dominance. Isn't that problematic? Her toxic masculinity is keeping all those princesses in line.
Adora's toxic masculinity scares the shit out of the other princesses.
In the first episode, she also emits a beautiful light, highlighting her status as a magical, powerful being. Again, I thought this was about She-Ra in general. So far, it's only about the new She-Ra.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay. In fact, Princess Entrapta seems fascinated by Adora's transformation into She-Ra and asking her, she becomes less tall. How does that work? Because these people are stupid and thought that somehow making you bigger is somehow making you a deeper character, which is a whole other discussion.
She's the biggest because she's the best.
Yeah, she's bigger because she's best, and that's just it. The extent of her powers is incredible. This better be about the old She-Ra. In the reboot, oh my God, Adora does initially seem confident in her powers. She's supposed to be trained to be a flippin' force captain. For instance, she's not sure if she can heal the land of Plumera and the flowers for She-Ra. But fans of the original series remember She-Ra indeed able to heal things.
Okay, yeah, because we haven't seen new She-Ra do jack shit. Except shoot a rainbow like the freaking Care Bear stare.
I know, it's a Care Bear stare. She's also extremely strong, and as we see throughout the series, able to cast beams of magical energy and repair magical artifacts, such as the Sea Gate. So it's all about the new one. She can also transform animals as she does with Swiftwind and the Chameleon in the Whispering Woods. It's all about the new one, but we're putting a picture of the old one up to make you think that we care.
Yeah, right. So somebody said it was Brad said it was a Trojan horse. Yeah,
she's more powerful with her friends at her side. Again, what the However powerful She-Ra may be, she's more powerful with her friends beside her. This is why She-Bo and Glimmer are trying, best friend squad, are trying to rebuild the Princess Alliance.
Oh my god.
She's incredible, but she can't save Etheria by herself. I can't even. I thought this was about old She-Ra and new She-Ra and things you didn't know about She-Ra in general. So far, it's all things you didn't know about new She-Ra and why you should watch it because it's the bestest thing ever with Princess Prom.
Oh, here we have to mention she repairs. Oh, look. This is what we could have had, guys.
Well,
this
that was actually fan art.
That was fan art, but it was done in the 2002 style. This is what we could have had. And this is not what we got.
And then what's this one called? A warrior above all else. But I thought she needed her friends, everybody. That's exactly why it doesn't matter if her new costume is more modest and less feminine.
Oh, bullshit.
She-Ra is a warrior princess. Yes, she's beautiful, but she's also a fighter above all else. As Adora, her no-nonsense style and pinned-up hair reflect that to become She-Ra, Adora needs to forge a connection with a sword, and it also shows that she's a warrior. So she couldn't even lift the effing sword.
I know, right? She trips over her own.
She's trained for years to be a force captain, and she can't. Yeah, she trips over stuff. She's. There's one thing that drives me nuts about this is they have her like them stealing the vehicle and all that. They have them acting like teenagers, like they would act. Like if I was She-Ra and I was in high school with my best girlfriend. I mean friend.
I stole my dad's car.
I'd steal my dad's car and go to prom. You know, and that's what they're looking at it as if they themselves are projected onto She-Ra. But let's look at this. She-Ra's been trained since she was a baby to be a kick-ass soldier. Kick-ass soldiers aren't going to go steal skiffs and go to Princess Prom. I mean, they're just not. I mean, I'm just like, they're not going to do that. They are trained to be soldiers. They are a weapon. They aren't going to think, let's go steal a skiff, because they know if they do, they're probably going to get their ass kicked or worse. So, you know, I'm just saying.
Is the art credited? No, I'm not sure who did it. They
I don't know who did it. Yeah, they keep posting it.
But it's definitely a 2002 style, and I approve. Thumbs up.
As Adora, but she's still a formidable fighter and a skilled warrior. Again, it's all about the new She-Ra, not about the old She-Ra. I thought this was about both.
No, this is a puff piece.
Her appearance in the reboot reflects. Oh, fuck you. Sorry. Go ahead.
So, because the original didn't. Do you need a break?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm gonna start throwing punches.
She-Ra's new costume is much more practical and seems designed for fighting.
It's the same thing. Except they gave her shoulder pads, took her boobs away, and put biker shorts on her. Other than that, it's pretty much the same thing.
She sports a tunic rather than a strapless dress, and her headdress looks much less cumbersome. In the original show, her short skirt magically stayed in place no matter what she did because of censorship.
You know what?
Her dress never slipped down
her
because she's magic.
Less cumbersome now because she's not strong enough to carry the real one.
In the reboot, her tunic remains flowy and dress-like, but has a more practical. She has more practical-looking shorts.
I still would say, as a
she
woman,
doesn't have thigh gap because she's 8 feet tall.
But no, shorts for thigh gap under skirts actually work. I still recommend that, but not for She-Ra. Anyway, go ahead.
She also gets some sweet white and gold combat boots.
They are
to replace the original's golden heels.
Flipping moon boots.
They're moon.
They are moon boots. They are not cute boots. The original She-Ra had cute boots. These boots are flipping moon boots, and they are so fucking ugly. I hate them. Sorry for swearing, but
secret
oh my god.
Identity. Oh, now they're gonna probably say how the secret identity was bad. If here, I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'll let you do the next one. Really,
Please do.
I think you need. You need to take a deep breath here, babe, and we'll go. If you like me, if you got into She-Ra after watching the Netflix reboot, so you never watched the original She-Ra until they watched.
No, I actually watched the original. Thank you. I'm a real fan.
When it aired, you might not know that in the original series, Adora kept her identity as a princess a secret. The people who worked on the new She-Ra decided it made more sense for Adora not to hide her identity.
No, because they probably wanted things hidden, like, was that a closet or something? Is it some reference to that?
Well, because you know,
you can't have best friend squad and Princess Prom unless everybody knows who she is.
Especially not to Bo and Glimmer, who are her closest friends.
Best friend squad.
With the best friend squad, really keep secrets from each other?
Yes,
I don't think so.
I kept secrets from my best friend sometimes.
This is a war. This is a war. Sometimes you keep secrets from your best friend, your spouse, your everybody. This is like, come on. In the context of the reboot, it makes sense for Adora to openly admit she's She-Ra.
No, it doesn't.
You have a Snickers, your Sailor Stars.
Yeah, I know, right?
Out.
And how does it make more sense?
CLOWNFISH TV is a rerun, no.
No,
not.
No, it's not. It's
Oh
not
my
sorry.
God.
I'm sorry about the microphone. God. Anyway.
Okay, here we go. Oh my God! Now they're comparing her to Leia.
I can't.
This is
Help us, She-Ra. You're our only hope. Only hope for what? Oh, I'm sure they're going to tell us. Space Princess brings hope to the rebellion and stands... Space Princess brings hope to the rebellion and stands up for a tyrannical, power-hungry villain with a huge army of battle robots. Sounds familiar? Star Wars inspired She-Ra. Yeah, they flat out said that. She ripped off a lot of things. Let's put it that way. I don't really care about finding the references in Star Wars. And of course, She-Ra herself is directly inspired by Princess Leia. I can't. I'd screw that. F it. I can't even. That's too many things at once.
Too much.
So much more than a female He-Man. She always was, you dimwit! He-Man is She-Ra's twin brother in the original, and they're often associated, and there are crossovers between the series, yeah? And yet in the reboot, He-Man's nowhere to be seen, and for good reason. She-Ra doesn't need a brother. She don't need no man. She's her own thing. She was before.
Someone said Toy Fair and asked about She-Ra toys. Mattel said fall 2019. There should have been prototypes on hand. I think they're waiting.
I don't know. I was here in fall 2019 too, but they usually have something out by now. They're probably going to do it at something like PowerCon or San Diego. I just wish they'd take those things and stick it up their rear. Anyway, but go ahead and Mattel and give me the nice ones. Anyway.
Can you song this? Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Bitch lasagna. Go to subscribers.
I don't know that's the tune of.
Bitch lasagna. Is that like Power Rangers? Go, bitch lasagna.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, she doesn't need a brother, guys, because she's got an interesting storyline that's more powerful enough on her own. She was always equal or sometimes superior to He-Man. This whole idea that she's better because she doesn't need He-Man is a load of shit. Quite frankly, it's a load of shit. She got her own villain to fight and her own destiny to follow. She did in the original. In fact, you could argue she's better here than He-Man. She kind of was argued that in the original. God, people are just...
Dragon Voldor X. Thank you. Didn't have to do that. $1.68. Thank you.
I can't. This makes my brain.
Somebody said that we're this sounds like a rerun because we're talking about the same thing. No, this
is a new one.
These articles are a rerun because basically the same marketing. I thought they had learned. They're like, let's show a little respect for the original show, and for all the groundbreaking stuff.
You meet in the middle. You meet in the middle,
right? And they're right back to shitting on. The
original. Yeah. That I'm talking about the show. Okay, she still wears her Horde uniform.
PewDiePie song. No, sorry.
I don't know that one.
Bitch lasagna. I need to Google that. I need to go.
Talking about Adora, it's interesting in both the original series and the reboot, she keeps her Horde uniform even after having defected and joined their rebellion, probably because it's cheaper to animate it over and over again. Who cares? F you, who cares? She can communicate with animals. Well, she could before. We're not talking about Swift, and he can talk on his own.
He's his own horse.
He's his own horse. Like, she's her own woman.
He's his own horse.
In the original series, She-Ra's been seen talking to several animals, sometimes telepathically. It just goes to show legendary heroine's power stretched beyond that of a magical sword. Yeah, because she was awesome. She was awesome before. I'm just saying. She's a healer and peacemaker. Yeah, okay, so at least I gave credit to the original on that one. I'll give him that one. Oh, God. Now what? You go ahead. Go ahead. Please do.
Oh, God. This is what we were really afraid of.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. In the early 2000s, there was already talk of a She-Ra reboot. It was supposed to be a very different...
better. Good.
Right. From the Netflix adaptation entertainment rights CEO, Michael Heapsade, will probably relaunch She-Ra featuring a rock and roll band.
Oh, yeah. I heard that one.
And a girl with long blonde hair.
That wasn't in 2000. That wasn't the 2000s. That was when
that was just like 5 years ago,
That was a few years ago, yes.
Yeah. Who have a guitar instead of a sword. Oh my God, that's garbage. I mean, it could have been. I guess it could have been worse. It could have been worse, right?
No, I don't think it could have been worse.
There were episodes where she rescued He-Man. Yeah, even the Secret of the Sword,
the
movie, she rescued He-Man.
She's secondary to He-Man because he was her brother. That means that she's less. I have a brother. Does that make me less of a woman? I don't think so. Good.
Okay, let me see here. Wow, her headdress was an upside down mask. I did know this.
Yes, I did know that too.
That was the play pattern thing. And the wind's
It's very windy here.
It's very windy.
Of course. So, yeah. So, we knew this. Who cares?
Yeah,
wow, you're smart.
The original She-Ra toys featured a clunky headpiece that circled her head and was intricately decorated. Originally, it was supposed to be like Adora was one way and She-Ra was the other. But it wasn't hit with fans. No, it was kids. What happened was...
the actual target audience?
Yeah, the little girls that they gave the dolls to play with, they actually turned it upside down, and then that's when they decided to change it to the headdress instead of the mask.
Yes, I did know that, actually, yeah. Okay, anyway, we should, because this person's so much smarter. Go ahead.
Geeky is changing. She's summoning the storm.
She's younger in the reboot. No shit. To ensure She-Ra can resonate with younger audiences. Again, the younger audiences. The target audience for the show is not younger audiences. The target audience of the show is for Tumblr.
Jason Green, do these idiots know the definition of insanity? I hope we're talking about the writers and not us. If not, I'm not sure. I might have to Google that. It would seem that they don't.
Whatever.
Yeah. So, these people are just like, yeah, but thank you very much.
Okay, so they aged her down. Etherea's warrior princess is a teenager instead of a grown woman. This explains her change in appearance too. The new She-Ra is 16 and would have been inappropriate for her to be depicted as an adult, even though she's depicted as an adult in tons and tons and tons of Rule 34 fan art. I'm just saying, you can't sexualize an adult She-Ra. That's wrong. That makes you a pervert, misogynist, wanking off to She-Ra. But it's completely fine to make those same images as her as a child, because it's not for you because she's probably gay. So
yeah, it's totally fine to have underage She-Ra / and probably She-Ra and Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure by now that's probably been a thing.
Puberty blockers. I know, right? Because boobs are bad. That's, I should be ashamed of my body.
I agree with this. Nightmare says last year Playmates had toys for the new Turtles cartoon on display 7 months before the show. I don't think they have prototypes. I think they're waiting to see if this is even going to... I mean, they've done nothing. Mattel, and I'm just jumping in here, Mattel has done nothing to even acknowledge the existence of this show. And as the originators of the She-Ra IP, from a marketing standpoint, that's really freaking weird. Their silence is deafening. Like, they're just not even. Thanks, Jason Gray. No. I meant the art is naturally. You guys are fantastic. That's what I thought. Hey, somebody's vroom in there.
Vroom. Okay, go ahead.
Truck. Okay.
Hey,
everybody.
To the next.
But thank you very much, Jason. She-Ra used to greet fans in toy stores.
Oh man, I missed that.
Well, she had her own float.
I know she has a float in the parade. Yeah. Back when She-Ra's figures were being sold in stores, it became quite popular. Yeah, because they were flipping awesome.
Like, oh my god, back in the 80s, and in the 80s, like that, when like Stranger Things, it was kind of like that. I think it was
awesome then. They boosted the sales of other toys, like Barbies. In fact, she was so popular, Mattel hired actresses to become She-Ra and make appearances in toy stores, but not around here because we're a small town. So I think that's awesome, and that one's great.
It was a toy store, yes. They all went out of business.
So they're going to do now, they're probably going to do this again for the new toys. They're going to hire some guys to do the She-Ra.
Yeah, right. With the redesign, it would be interesting to see how new cosplays of She-Ra.
I didn't read that. Yeah, so they're going to hire like 15-year-old boys to play She-Ra now at the toy stores.
Go ahead. God, this is an actual... Think of how cool that would be to go to the store and see She-Ra with her little figurines, because we can't call them dolls because dolls are.
Why can't just call them figures? Because they were action figures.
They were action figures
with brushable hair. That's why they were so great. They were action figures, but they had brushable hair. I mean, they were brushable hair. Anyway, go ahead.
You are shaking the PC.
I am. This is why you can't go on camera, guys, because I'm shaking everything in the room because my hands are going so fast.
Oh my god, the monitor's shaking.
I'm sorry. This is why we can't go on TV on camera.
They didn't know where to put her figurines. Why in the hell are they calling them figurines? We can't call them dolls. We can't call them.
I know where they can put the new ones. Anyway, go ahead.
They didn't know where to put her figurines.
And they showed the new ones, not the old ones. Anyway,
why are they calling them figurines? Talking about She-Ra figurines in toy stores, they confused toy store owners back in the day. She-Ra was technically part of the He-Man franchise, so thematically, it would have made sense to stock her toys next to him. While toy stores today have thankfully begun to do away with the dated idea of girl toys. Yeah, this is what this is about. While toy stores today have thankfully begun to do away with the dated idea of girl toys and boy toys, back then the question puzzled people. No one knew whether to put She-Ra next to toys like Barbies or next to other action figures. As I recall, she was stocked in the Barbie aisle, sometimes on the end cap, and occasionally they would put She-Ra figures... figurines next to Masters of the Universe, like they would have a big He-Man display.
I don't remember where they were when I was a kid. I don't remember. I just remember going in and being like, She-Ra, yay! I don't remember where they were next to.
Cesario really John, thank you. Didn't have to do that. New Ra is Ben 10 and girl clothing. Can't unsee that. She totally is. And she has Aang's face, too. Because she's the best.
Yeah, because she is the best.
She's the best.
I want these so bad.
Those are awesome.
I want these, guys.
Those are figurines.
These I need. I need these. I want these. Because they were action figures, not dolls. You mean action figurines? So they're action figurines. In fact, that's the problem. The original She-Ra toys were action figures and not dolls. Yeah. So they're going on about they were similar to He-Man and blah, blah, blah. Both boys and girls love He-Man and She-Ra. Yes, they did. So now in 2019, it'd be interesting to see if new She-Ra toys would be dolls or action figures. No, I'm going to tell you right now. They're going to be action figures with molded hair. Guaranteed.
Like the Super 7.
If they had brushable hair, you could thank me because Mattel listened.
You can't change. You can't. I don't think those character designs would translate well into dolls with brushable hair.
No.
I don't see it happening.
But but if they do, you could thank me. Okay. Sorry guys, I turned this off. So her mother figure, Shadow Weaver, blah, 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 did a number of her growing up. Yeah, her mother did a number on her growing up, her mother figure. But yet she still thinks it's okay to steal skiffs and act like a bumbling idiot. But she's not trained as a soldier at all.
This person...
I'm getting bored with this.
I know. I just want to see her weapon transforms. Like, oh my god, guys. Her weapon transforms.
In the reboot. She-Ra can do that. He-Man can't. She-Ra. Wait, the weapon transforms. It's more than just a sword. Okay.
God, okay.
Yes, it did in the original series too. Anyway. Here we go.
God, here we go. This is the number 3 thing you didn't know about She-Ra. A new relationship with Catra. In the original show, Catra was a very stereotypical villain, sinister for sinister's sake. In the reboot, she's given more of a backstory and a more complex
I will say
relationship with
Catra is... I like Catra better in the new version. I do like... That's the one thing I like about the new show is Catra.
She's Ryoko from Tenchi.
Yeah, she is. And I love Tenchi.
She's literally Ryoko from Tenchi.
That makes sense because I absolutely love...
And Entrapta...
I love Tenchi. So, I mean, that makes sense why I love it because I really do like Tenchi.
Exactly Ryoko from Tenchi, and Entrapta is Washu. Anyway, she becomes the main character of the show, and her story drew fans and critics in as much as Adora's did. She-Ra and Catra's relationship becomes fundamentally different. Cue the music. Blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah. Also,
well,
underlying...
that's not sexy. You gotta talk in sexy talk.
Oh. Blah, 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 blah. It's my sexy talk.
Okay. The two grew up together and were there for each other. Tough situations.
There's also underlying romantic tension between the two. During the Princess Prom episode. Oh, my God. Oh. Right. Because, you know, we have to be diverse. Go ahead. Anyway.
Different accents. What? May seem like a minor difference, but longtime fans of the show will know something different about She-Ra's.
Because they're different people?
In the original, her accent is vaguely British, while Adora, She-Ra's accent in 2018 show is clearly Western. No, it's not. It's not British. Would you like Melanie Britt to correct you?
Is it because her last name's Britt, they just assumed it was British?
She must be British, because like her last name was Britt.
Because, you know,
oh my God,
you're
dumb. She's not British.
Anyway,
she's not British.
She's more formal, but she wasn't
the Queen of Britain has British accent. There are a couple of characters that had a British sounding accent.
Moon, not Britain. Queen of Bright Moon has a British accent. It's okay.
Wait, what did I say?
Britain.
No, she said Britain, didn't she?
She tends to rush. No. And you were reading the comments. Anyway.
In her original, her accent is vaguely British.
That's not what I'm talking about. But let go of the mouse. Okay. Thank you. I will control the mouse. I am in control. Now go ahead.
No, but they're saying She-Ra sounded British.
I know, and that's not what I'm talking about. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. She tends to rush into combat more in the reboot because she's stupid.
She is. She's just stupid. And if she was a trained soldier, she wouldn't just do that. Because, you know, clearly, if you're a soldier, that's what you're going to do. No, that's not what you're going to do. So I'm just saying.
No, a trained soldier is smart. And if she's supposed to be a force captain, she's going to think like a tactician.
Yes.
She's going to
and they
think
keep alluding that
acts.
she's supposed to be doing this about Princess Prom. She was looking at it and devising whatever as a tactician. It's like, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't even go to Princess Prom. Oh my God. Stop projecting yourself onto these characters.
My God. Mark C., thank you. It's good to see you. Didn't have to do that. Target is selling an 11-inch, $75 She-Ra figure. It has brushable hair and appears to be available now. When did this happen?
Is it the same one I already have?
Is that the 11-inch one you already have?
It's She-Ma'am. It's Ma'am.
Jason Green is She-Ma'am.
Wait, no, it's the same one I already have? Now we gotta go to Target and look. Go to Target.
Okay,
and look.
I've got this on my phone.
He's looking it up Target. Well, I'm
looking this up on my phone. I'm looking it up on my phone.
Blah, 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 blah. She was a more pacifist and resorted less to violence in the original.
That's the one you have. But they sell them at Target now. That's interesting. Yeah, $75.
I recommend that. Go buy that, guys, because it's really nice. Anyway.
That's what the Starburst She-Ra is going to be. The same mold, but with different outfit.
With a different outfit. She was described as a strong character, but her strength also lay in her empathy. Yes, that's always been the case. That has always been the case. Meanwhile, in 2018, She-Ra's younger and thus more prone to rash decisions. Not if you've been raised as a soldier from the time you're a baby. I don't care if you're 16. You've been trained. You're not going to go out and make rash decisions because you're 16. That's bullshit. I know a lot of 16-year-olds who would make rash decisions anyway because they're just more mature than that. It depends on the individual.
People are saying it's more fun than the Oscars. The Oscars are on tonight. That's right.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
I think we're probably
we're
going to have more viewers than the Oscars because there is no host.
They don't talk about brushable hair on the Oscars.
They don't talk about
fancy dresses. I like those too because they're pretty and they're sparkly. And I'm just
this
like, ooh.
is a dumb article. So let's see some more dumb articles. Okay, so. Now they're putting She-Ra on a pedestal. Again, these are all within days of each other. So there is a PR mind.
It's starting, guys. It's starting. Just watch this. You'll start seeing more and more.
This is what I did. Like, this is how this works. They're starting because it's coming. They usually have a 60 or 90 day rollout. The new the second season starting. So now they're going to try to equate new She-Ra with these other much better shows.
Grimlock Steve has superglued his fingers together. I have done that. It is not fun. Go ahead. Anyway.
You can also use it to stitch up wounds, like if you slice your finger open with a box cutter.
My dad.
She-Ra, hey, Dragon Boulder X, thank you. She has a man bun.
My dad carries super glue with him everywhere because he's always cutting himself on something, and he would always super glue his fingers shut. And I was just like, okay, Dad, but if it works. Okay, so anyway, these top 5 what is this article about? This is Forbes.
This is Forbes. This is actually coming from Forbes. This isn't some like junk. Well, it is a junk site now, but 5 children's animated television shows with huge adult followings. Mark C, thank you. Didn't have to do that warrior since she was a baby.
She flippin' was.
She pretty much was. She's raised by freaking a Hordak. Come on. So now they're talking about the top TV shows for Tumblr. No, the top TV shows that adults watch.
Avatar is really good. Avatar deserves to be there.
Avatar does deserve to be there. So they talk about Korra, blah. Young Justice. I have not seen the new season
that one
of
either yet,
Young
actually.
Justice. And then we throw She-Ra in here. So here's what they have to say about She-Ra.
Okay.
This reboot of the 80s series dropped on Netflix on November 13th. It follows Adora, who after discovering she's a princess with magical powers, leaves the Horde, which is an evil dictatorship trying to take over the world from the princess's kingdoms and Kyle, and joins the princess's rebellion. The show has a particularly great cast of quirky characters. Each of the princesses has a specific power or ability.
Let's skip down to here. The show empowers women with its portrayal of the powerful princesses, and even the female villains as well. It's animation is beautiful. Okay.
The animation is beautiful and full of bright colors, and the theme song is an 80s style.
We're gonna win!
Power ballad that will have you getting pumped up for each new episode. I think it's horrible.
We're gonna win in the end.
It's like Winx Club or something.
It does.
It's a perfect Netflix binge. Season 2 drops on April 26th. Yes. There's where they sneak it in. They sneak it in the middle.
We'll make it look like it's organic, but
there's the pill and the ice cream, guys. This is an advertisement.
I like the suppository analogy better.
Okay, Carmen Sandiego, of course, has lots of questionable fan art.
Netflix, and I'm just pointing that out. Anyway,
and Dragon Prince. Honorable mentions: Korra, Batman the Animated Series.
That was underneath the other ones.
Voltron, Justice League Unlimited, Steven Universe. Oh my God. The Steven Universe fandom is going to riot. They didn't even make Forbes
Adventure Time's going to riot too.
Adventure Time, Gravity Falls.
I love Gravity Falls. I love Gravity Falls a lot.
No talk about ratings of the new show. Brad says no one talks about viewers. They can't. It's on Netflix and they hide that.
They hide that, so no one can see it.
There's no way to know.
But they're just saying, don't you know that it's widely viewed as a successful show, and everybody's so excited about it and everything else. Yeah.
We were not big fans of Korra.
I didn't like
I watched
Korra
the first
either.
season and I got bored.
Even before it went and we off the rails, I just didn't like it.
This is I believe, a commercial for Netflix, possibly, because they talk about Avatar, and they're like, Netflix has announced a new live-action version of the series.
Well, it's not like Netflix. Did I mention Netflix? Hey, Netflix.
Season 2 drops on Netflix.
I know, that's what I said. That's what I
on
said.
Netflix. Dragon Prince is on Netflix.
Clearly, this is bought by
and
Netflix.
Paid for by
Netflix.
Because everything's like Netflix. That's
okay.
for one.
So, what else we got? Okay, these are all around the same time,
This
guys.
is all within the last couple of days. So, again, I'm not saying all of these are part of a PR machine.
It's just odd.
Having run campaigns myself, you've got a list of sort of your A-list, B-list, C-list influencers, and you sort of pick certain groups to go out and hit on certain Now, certain beats, we'll see. This is sort of the soft, I think, the soft kind of the calm.
Oh, it's going to get much worse.
It's going to get much worse. As we get closer to She-Ra dropping, the first thing was, okay, how did we screw up? Oh, we attacked the fans. Let's go do that Sci-Fi Wire article and talk about how great the original She-Ra was. Okay, we did it. Okay, good. Screw that. Let's move on to phase 2, which is let's build up how great the show is.
Let's keep slamming on people again. And if they don't like it, we're going to go to phase 3, which is telling them, they're calling them names and telling them they're misogynistic, homophobic, racist, whatever. Good.
Yeah, so this dude does a video talking about how how dare he, talks about how great She-Ra is. But it's so he does this video, and I don't think he's part of the machine. I think the magazine might be, because they pick out from his video seems to hit all those points that they're trying to make in these other articles. So, and he ends it kind of with, the 1980s series might have ultimately been a tool to sell toys, but
keep doing that. Don't you know that it wasn't good? It wasn't good because it was just to sell toys. So it was not good. Don't you know? Which is an insult to Scheimer, but whatever.
Yeah, but he actually does say it granted many women unique opportunities, flesh out a world story and characters in a largely male-dominated
and they
industry.
They did.
Matt Adams, thank you. You have to do that. How She-Ra does character design badly, yes. But then we have to get backhand slap in there too. It's this spirit of progressivism, equal opportunity, and inclusivity that is championed by the new series, managing to make something that both pays homage to the history.
It doesn't pay homage to
while
anything.
Forging a path forward on their own design.
It does not pay homage. It uses a name because it's recognizable. That's
right.
it. That is it. They use a name in the character names. That is it.
Then why do you insult the old show? Why do you insult the people who worked on the old show? Why is it that the people who worked on the old show have to call your asses out on social media for being
dickweeds?
Dickweeds, yes.
Is
that word? Dickweed, dickwad?
Dickweeds.
Dickweed. So,
I'm
okay,
dating
so
myself.
this
I
is...
use dickweed. Anyway.
So this is talking about some, I guess, some interns from a 2D animation group. Again, this is just all within, like, the last, 3 or 4 days. All these articles popped up within the last 3 or 4 days. And they're talking about how they're going to go learn how to animate. Oh, thank you. 80s, totally awesome. Didn't have to do that. I am the 80s. All cartoons, even Brave Star. I liked Brave Star. Brave Star got a bum rap. And then they had that backdoor pilot they were going to do for, Sherlock Holmes in the future. It never happened. But I like Brave Star. So this is, again, this seems like, hey, we're talking some animation students are going and they're going to learn how the animation industry works. No. Pill and the ice cream.
No, suppository.
And they talk about this team and from the talented, warm, and down-to-earth Lamb Chamberlain, art director for the most talked about animated series.
It was not the most talked about animated series of 2018.
Not in a positive light.
If it was the most talked about, it's people like us who are like, what the hell did you do? Anyway, go ahead.
She-Ra and the Princess of Power from DreamWorks Studios, trademark, copyright, just so you know where it's coming from. She-Ra and the Princess of Power, a remake of the 80s series of the same name, creative waves for being a predominantly female animation team. No, that's not why. No.
That's not what the problem was. That wasn't the problem.
Who saw to it that the characters receive a much needed, much welcome, and timeous feminist
makeover. Okay, because you know what? You can't look like a woman in this year. In 2018, 2019, you are not allowed to look like a woman. We're gonna feministly fuck you over and take your boobs away and everything else because you're problematic. You like that, huh? You're problematic.
Excuse me, ma'am. What's your name? Fuckley. Feminist Fuckley. Pleased to meet you.
You cannot. This feminist makeover, you literally made her look like a boy. That's not a feminist makeover. That's not feminism. That's, wishing I had a dick-ism. I don't know what that is.
Is that a psychological disorder?
I mean, I was like, oh my God.
I'm sorry, but she has a raging case of wish you had a dickism. She's putting cucumbers and carrots in her underpants. I'm just saying. I don't know what to do.
How is this a feminist makeover? It's not a feminist makeover. It is. She's problematic because she's pretty and we feel bad about ourselves. So we have to make her not pretty so she looks like us so we feel represented. I'm just like, what the hell?
Somebody said about she were looking like a dude and she's like, trying to, honey Candle Squid. I know, she's been trying to get work in animation, and there's a whole lot of issues there, as I understand it from the conversations we've had with her. But this whole team I think they're from South Africa or something. Anyway, So here it continues. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
To say next.
So this is, I'm telling you, there is a, when did this happen? This happened on the 19th. This is a PR piece. This is a puff piece. This was a DreamWorks or whoever's in charge of the market. This smells
feminist makeover.
Like a
kiss my rear. And the original She-Ra, real quick, was done by women, and they deliberately made her look more manly because they didn't want her to be pretty model looking, and that was the feminist version of She-Ra. So that she wasn't a model and she was, looked more real, like a real person. Feminist makeover.
Okay.
Kiss my rear.
We didn't even get through the first paragraph.
Sorry.
Yet. Okay. I love you. The storylines of the characters were deepened, becoming more psychologically complex. I've got more sentences. Can I say one more sentence? One more sentence. The series also saw the storylines carried over a whole season arc as opposed to standalone episodes. But the biggest change came about in the physical representation of the young female cast. Asan Dulan, thank you. Didn't have to do that to him. Is the new show better because there's no toys? I don't know. It's a good question. Because it justifies adults watching it, I guess. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold it back.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Honey Counselor, sometime we will have you on. We'll do a roundtable. We're not set up to do that today. But
okay.
We'll do that sometime.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
The storyline of the characters were deepened. Okay, this is what I'm so tired of. Okay, this is what I'm so tired of. And we don't see it just here. We see it with all these things. I am so tired of hearing how the old shows were one-dimensional and flat, and new shows are so deep. I'm just going to call it like it is. By hitting every checkbox you could possibly think of representation does not make a character deeper. I'm sorry. I have nothing against people who are different than me. I have nothing against them at all. I am cool with it. I have no problem. I'm just tired of being told that characters are deeper because we made them more convoluted. They're deep now because now they're not straight. They're deep now because now they're chubby. They're deep. I'm chubby. Does that mean I'm deeper than the skinny women out there? No. I'm serious. That's what they keep saying. They're more complex because they were representative. That's bullshit. That's like saying if you are straight white male, you're not as complex, or straight white and female, you're not as complex as a She-Ra character because she's, clearly a different ethnicity and she's chubby and she's a lesbian. So she's suddenly deeper than you are because, and I'm not really against these people at all. I'm just saying I'm tired of hearing this over and over again. That they're deeper because they have more check boxes. And that's what it is. Check marks, checked.
Right.
The box is checked off. And I'm so tired of it. This is not this is not a deeper show. Horror Season, Princess Prom is not deeper than, her having a cannon in her room because she was trained to be a warrior. I mean, I'm just, oh my God, my head. Anyway.
DCV Titan, thank you. Didn't have to do that. These characters are as deep as the gene pool.
Yeah, I know. They keep thinking if they keep muddying their waters to appear deep, that makes them deeper characters. They're deeper psychologically complex. How are they more psychologically complex? Because they have mommy issues? Is that what it is? Because of Shadow Weaver, they have mommy issues. So they're more
Mommy hates me.
Because we have more representation, we're more complex. Representation doesn't equal complexity. You can overcomplicate a character to the place that it's not a good character. Same with storylines, like Doctor Who, like Moffat, a lot of his episodes, he started out great, and then he was spending his time trying to be like, look how smart I am, look how clever I am. And then when you go to the episode, like, I just want this to end to wrap up, but by the time you're at the end of the episode, you didn't even give a shit anymore.
You're so exhausted.
Because it was just like, what the hell? And you can overcomplicate things. That does not make it more complex and deeper. I'm sorry. There, I'm out. Go ahead.
Okay, but we've got a whole other paragraph of this bullshit to wade through. The female team wanted their princesses of power to look their age and represent more real-to-life athletic body types using real-life gymnasts and Olympic athletes.
Spinnerella is really, really athletic.
Yeah, right. She does backflips for bundt cakes.
However, I actually was a gymnast. I was a gymnast. And I'm not exactly skinny. I still can do gymnastics, but I wasn't exactly skinny. But I'm just saying, real life gymnastics. How come this was never mentioned before? Why had none of these articles that ever mentioned they use real life athletes? Ever. It was never mentioned ever.
Using real life gymnasts and Olympic athletes to model for them. This has never been mentioned because it never has been. And I want to know what Olympics the Spinnerella body type competed in, because that's like what Olympics? Oh my God.
Glimmer too. I mean, what Olympics was she competing in?
The characters were aged down to look like teenagers, and the clothing became action gear as opposed to skimpy, sexy, revealing outfits. These changes have been embraced worldwide by a new fan following as a welcome and positive series with a voice of empowerment for young women.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Wait, I'm going to point something out here. You used real-life gymnasts and Olympic athletes to model, and the new clothes aren't skimpy outfits. Have you seen what gymnasts and athletes wear? There's a reason why the gymnasts are always going out there and pulling their wedgies out of their butt, because those things ride up, the leotards ride up like crazy. As someone who used to wear them, I'm telling you. So their clothes are not revealing and sexy, but we based it on gymnasts and Olympic athletes who wear revealing and sexy clothes not because it's revealing and sexy, but because they're aerodynamic and they can move freely in them. That's why they wear them. It's not because the gymnasts are out there like, hey guys, check this out, rolling their shoulder. It's because they can their clothes don't get in their way. If you're wearing a leotard, it's up against your body. Nothing is going to hinder your movement. So, way to go. You hindered their movement. Congratulations.
And you got to move. Girls got to move. Jason, great. Thank you. Calm down, Geeky.
Man.
The carrots in your pants are starting to steam. Still waiting on that P.O. box when you have
we have to get that.
We do.
I'm choking. We've been gone for 2 weeks. Here, have my drink. So
I need alcohol.
Anyway, I'm just putting that out there. You're now suddenly basing it on athletes that was never mentioned before. Half your characters are not athletic builds at all. And then you're talking about how their clothing's problematic in the original. The clothing was practical. If you're going to be fighting and moving and jumping and everything else, that's practical.
Oh my God.
It's not problematic.
Somebody said weightlifters look kind of chubby off season. Actually, that is true. I used to work in a gym. Believe it or not, I used to work in a gym, and a couple of the other folks that worked there were weightlifters. They were like professional bodybuilders, and the one dude, his name was Gary, looked pretty chubby. And then when it was time to pose, he would basically just eat. He would eat tuna and water, and that was it for like weeks. And then Then he looked like all buff, but he was tired as hell.
Like tuna have a lot of salt in it? Wouldn't that make you retain water?
I don't know. He would lose weight like crazy.
Swollen in a bad way.
He could drop like 50 pounds in like 2 weeks. It was crazy.
Because he's a guy. Girls can't drop 50 pounds in 2 weeks. It's not fair. Sorry. Anyway.
I
offer him my drink often. I offer him lots of things. Anyway,
so these two paragraphs are very conspicuous, right? They're very conspicuous.
We didn't drink.
Conspicuous.
I can't. I think that's why I didn't let you drink before you came on.
What am I talking about? Where the hell am I?
So anyway,
look at this. This is supposed to look. This is how the PR thing works. Because
tell them, not me. I understand.
I know this is what they do. I know this because I worked in marketing and PR for years. Really good, chef. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. I think they just traced Hank Venture. Yeah, I would think that. Kind of. Anyway, suspiciously conspicuous. Yes, thank you. That's what I meant, but the words won't come out right. Because this is about these, students taking a trip to an animation studio.
Congratulations on your weight loss. I wish I could. Yeah. I probably found them. Anyway, go ahead.
So this is about them taking a trip to the animation studio, right? All of this is about them taking a trip to the animation studio, except for these two paragraphs, which are the same bullet points that all of DreamWorks PR machine have been beating, except now they're coming up with new explanations as to why they did things the way they did them. This was fed to them. They didn't come up with this on their own.
It says paid content. Or is that something else underneath it? Never mind, it's underneath it. But it's probably paid content.
But I'm just saying, this is how this works.
Okay.
We're gonna send. We will give you a trip to come visit the studio to give you a story to write about because it's good press for us. And by the way, these are the points you need to talk about in exchange for coming to the studio.
As people who go out and do this stuff, because for our other job they do give you points and hashtags and different things you are supposed to focus on when you write your article. That is actually how it works.
This is how it works, yes. They'll actually sometimes they will give you a piece of paper with talking points. So you get it right, because they're giving you a trip.
Okay, I answer the question. Okay, Della Duck, yes. Kill la Kill, no. Anyway,
okay. Della Duck, yes, kind of interesting they're doing that, because I worked on the Uncle Scrooge comics for years, and Della Duck, they never went there. They always sort of skirted the issue with Della Duck, and I'm really surprised that they are, now granted, this is like a totally different continuity, but they're actually going all in on Della Duck. Very surprised they're doing that. Talbot Lynx, bodybuilder Gary, wow, he looked like Freddie Mercury with muscles. He did. He had the Freddie Mercury mustache.
Oh, the guy that you was at the gym?
Gary the bodybuilder. Yeah, he was pretty sad, but he was very tired when he ate his tuna.
What?
It's
there's lots of jokes what you just said.
There is,
but I'm gonna be really, 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 really good.
I
love Uncle Scrooge comics. Yes. Neon worked on Uncle Scrooge.
15
comics.
years. Yes. Whoa, hear that wind. 80s totally awesome. I'm all about 80s. If you're on your round table, not be sorry. We need to do a round table. One of these days we'll do.
We actually do 80s shows. 80s things about the 80s, which we need to do more of. I actually want to do some more fun things, more brushing, more 80s shows, more. Let's talk about what we actually like. Because I gotta tell you, I'm so sick and tired of being like, oh God, what now? But it keeps happening every day. You can't get away from it. So
yeah.
anyway.
Well, I don't work on the Uncle Scrooge comics anymore. They are being published by IDW. IDW doesn't want anything to do with me now.
Well, no. To be fair, IDW got rid of pretty much all the American artists, and a lot of it's just reprints anyway. So there's that. We colored. He worked with Don Rosa actually. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say the Don Rosa collection, Don Rosa Uncle Scrooge stories from Fantagraphics. Most of those books I worked on in some capacity. I either helped restore the artwork, color them, reletter them.
He was allowed to redraw Don Rosa stuff, and he was the only one that Don Rosa would let do that on those books. So.
Yeah.
So anyway,
those were the days.
Okay.
I had a quasi.
Combing. Okay, yeah, combing or brushing, depending what I have on hand.
Fook Google too. Did you work with Don Rosa? Yes, I did actually.
Don Rosa gave you peppers.
He did give me peppers. He
did.
He didn't pay me in peppers. I actually got paid in money.
Oh, so I want to know if you could do a video on Uncle Scrooge. We probably can at some point.
My Uncle Scrooge history. I don't know. I fell into it.
Well, no, you should do a video about what you used to, because you did Gemstone and then Uncle Scrooge. We'll do a video on that later. Because they want a video, so we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Tired to the tuna half is the best of us. I know, right? I was trying to be good there, but I was going to make jokes about the fact like Freddie Mercury that maybe he didn't want the tuna, and that's why he was tired. But I didn't. I was trying to be good. Anyway, go ahead. Paid in peppers. No, he was paid in money, but he gave him peppers because he liked them.
Oh,
anyway,
hey, this is cool. Just a Fox review. Just about to submit my comic to the publisher. You guys remain an inspiration for me to make comics.
Yes, go make comics.
Go make comics.
Stuff.
And you know what? If the publisher turns you down, make your own comics. Because right now, I don't know if I'd want to work for a publisher.
Next, Jason. I grew up on everything from Fall Guy and MacGyver to Shirt Tales and Tailspin. Me too. I watched all those shows. My father loved Fall Guy. Loved that show. So we used to watch that, and we used to watch, MacGyver. I love MacGyver. I
Street
watch MacGyver. I like Street Hawk. I like all those shows. I mean, I love them. Airwolf. Love Airwolf. I used to watch your Shirt Tales and Tailspin and all that. So anyway, go ahead. Go back to what we're talking about.
We're talking about Della Duck now. Don, from what I know of Don, I don't think he'd be real happy with Della Duck because he actually on the Duck family tree, he's got Della sort of covered up on the Duck family tree because that was like Carl Barks never addressed it officially, so he's not a big
Knight Rider. Watch Knight Rider. Love Airwolf. I used to watch it with my dad. An A-Team. And you Riptide, whatever I forget's Riptide. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway.
So we're going to go on to the next thing. So now we're going to compare it all to the Dragon Prince because in the new series, which we haven't seen yet, we have to still have to catch up.
We were out of town.
Yeah, so 2 weeks we've been in and out. The Dragon Prince redeems its
Disney World
LGBT failures in season 2. Okay, so and they're like, well, with She-Ra, people they fell short because She-Ra they fell short on going there. Here's the difference, and people were mad about that. The difference is Dragon Prince is its own thing. It's not trying to be a reboot of something else. And when they do things, they do it usually in an organic way. So I am sure it was done in an organic way that wasn't shoving agendas down people's throats. Because Dragon Prince seems to stay that way. I haven't seen it yet, so I could be wrong. But what turned me off to the new season of Dragon Prince wasn't Dragon Prince. It was this stupid article.
But I love Dragon Prince. It's like my favorite show of the last 5 years.
I love this first sentence. As a streaming service that heavily targets young adults and millennials, I thought it was for the children. She-Ra was for the children. It's not for you because you're not a child. No, but they just admit it's targeting young adults and millennials. Tumblr.
Yeah, so this is okay. So this clearly comes from a place of bias. Yeah,
the person says he writes social justice stuff.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to the author. Okay, despite recent mistakes, however, namely the mishandling of She-Ra's homosexuality in Voltron, Dragon Prince recently released a second season goes a long way in making up for previous missteps by finally giving us an inspirational lesbian. Giving us an inspirational lesbian power couple in a way that makes the world of difference. So they're complaining there weren't enough gay folks, I guess, in Dragon Prince.
You know what? But the Dragon Prince is his own thing, for one. I have absolutely no problem with that. And two, they do it in a way that's not to push diversity. Go ahead.
Nicholas Horton, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Dragon Prince is good. Enjoyed watching season 2. Yeah, we need to watch season 2. Dragon Prince is my favorite show of like the last 5 years. Like seriously, I was really wowed by how good the first season was.
And then after the fact, like we were talking about Captain Marvel, like after the fact, you get an audience, you show them what you have, and then you say, here's what we want to talk about, or you address the things in a way that's not like, did I mention? You just do it, and it's an organic way.
So the show was a failure according to this author. The Dragon Prince redeems Netflix's past LGBT failures in season 2 because there wasn't enough representation, so it's a failure. The show's a failure.
All the shows are failures except for that.
But now because
and then they're talking about the Dragon Prince's new season focuses on human kingdoms. Blah blah blah. Talks about that. It's talking about the new characters that are the I guess the lesbian couple in this.
Yeah, we're not going to go into the whole
the characters' mothers. Yeah.
Yeah, this
but
is
where I'm turned off to wanting to see this now isn't because of the show. It's because of this article. Because, where does it go down here? Oh, it says about Voltron. It says about She-Ra dancing around the issue. But they're going to have Bo's gay fathers and 2 rebel princesses, Natasha and Spinnerella, but they hold hands. Now, the queen's kissing like this with no fear or no worry is a major step forward in pop culture history, guys. But here's where I got turned off to the show. Where's it at? I'm trying to find it.
Adventure Time did it first.
I'm just trying to find it. Here you go. Oh, where is it now? But there's something on this. Like, you read the comments while I try to find it.
Read the comments.
No, seriously, anything on the comments.
Oh, I'm trying to read the comments here. Dragonwater says I'm gay, and these buttholes are making me not want gay characters.
Yeah, I'm not against that either.
I bet this guy's not even gay.
I'm not against that either.
Wait,
let me go up. I'm trying to find the comment.
I bet it's some white guy.
Straight
white dude. I bet it's straight white dude.
Okay, here we go. Commendations must go to the Dragon Prince creators for how the white-haired Anika and the dark-skinned, I don't know how to pronounce it right.
We haven't watched it yet.
Are presented not just as an interracial gay couple, but also as 2 of the best warriors in the land.
So it's not enough just to be gay. It's not enough just to be gay.
No, we have to be interracial, gay, and the bestest because they're women, so they're the bestest, and that's what I'm so tired of.
Spoiler, never mind. So
that's what I'm so tired of. The bestest. I'm just sick of it. I want characters that are good characters. Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, he gets on there about being social justice. I knew he wasn't white guy, but anyway,
I'm a chemical engineer. It was boring, so I decided to write about things I love. On the geek side, I write about comics. Okay, write about music.
I've scribed short films and documentaries, conceptualizing stories and scripts from a human interest and social justice perspective.
Oh wait, where's that at?
Right there.
Oh. Okay.
But I'm just saying. I'm just like. I have no problem with it, and I'm sure the Dragon Prince handled it in a way that was very well done, because the Dragon Prince is very classy in how they handle things, and they get diversity and representation across, and make it feel like it's natural, and don't feel like they're pushing it down your throat, which I like, because I'm all for those things, but not in a heavy-handed way. And I was all about wanting to watch it, but his article made me like, I don't know if I want to watch it now, not because Dragon Prince did anything, but I'm so tired of people like him.
Yeah, it's like, why is that what we're talking? I mean, look, I guess I get it, but I'm like, why can't we talk about how good the show is? And that's the thing about the Dragon Prince, the first season that really, I enjoyed was it was diverse, but it wasn't like forced diversity. It was organic. It was a conscious effort.
They wanted to get diversity in there, but they didn't want to make it like push it down your throat. And I bet you money they didn't do that with these characters either. But this person's going to take the article and ruin it. So you might have people interested, and these articles kill any interest people have.
Now it's acceptable. Now the Dragon Prince is no longer problematic. Guys, this is our signal to you. You can watch the Dragon Prince now. Failures. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Someone said about Airwolf theme song. Now I got that in my head. I love it. I can hear it right now. The propellers. See, I grew up. My parents too. They used to run an airport, so I always grew up around airplanes and things like that. And my dad's friend had a helicopter, and they used to take it out. So I was always liking that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around, but I love Airwolf. So anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so we need to watch
my face is probably red. Is my face red?
Yeah, a little bit.
This is why you don't go on camera, guys. You have no idea. I'm really
She foams at the mouth.
I'm very expressive. I don't foam at the mouth. I had shots. I'm very expressive.
I foam at the mouth.
I'm very, very expressive.
It's because I'm senile.
And I flap. It looks like I'm taking off. It looks like I'm going to fly away because I'm like, oh my God.
Flap. There is an L in there.
L.
This is not Twitch. This is not Twitch. This is YouTube. Just to be clear.
That was, flap. Flap.
Just to be clear.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of like what we've been watching. Well, we were out for 2 weeks. We have been watching Shield Hero.
Yes, like Shield Hero.
Love Shield Hero quite a bit. And let me see, what else have we been watching? What have we been watching?
You need to make a range of my avatars. Actually, it's hilarious. If you read our comic, if you read Shadowbinders, Mia, the one character in it, can be very expressive, and she says her eyes get big and her finger starts wagging, and she starts like, yeah, that's based on me. So yeah, String and Sinjin. Sorry, I'm talking about Airwolf. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I saw Alita today.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I feel bad.
It's okay. I want to watch the dog part. I cannot handle that kind of thing. I really sincerely cannot. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were gonna go see Alita together, and then Geeky went to doesthedogdie.com.
I didn't actually. Squid King did.
Squid King's like, wait, Mom, before you go to this movie, let me Google to see if any dogs die. And I'm thinking, I don't remember dogs dying.
Because our daughter really, really wanted to see it too, and then when she found out that, she didn't want to go either.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So dog.
You may discuss now. I wasn't there. So.
It was good. It was very close to the anime.
Well, let me ask you some questions now, because we have discussed this earlier. Is she just stacked for the reason of being stacked?
No.
Are you kidding?
It literally
because you're a man?
It's because I'm a man, and that's all. Yeah. No, actually, I think what the biggest problem is. The biggest problem with Alita isn't that she's got boobs, it's that she's got a boyfriend. I think that actually angers, and she's literally willing to do anything for this boyfriend.
The movie was made by problematic men.
Yeah. Talbot Links didn't have to do it. Thank you. Airwolf Nintendo game with joystick was best back in the day. Yeah, actually I remember that.
I remember that too.
Yeah. But no, Alita, it was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. It was hello. Oh no, I won't do spoilers. I'm just gonna say it was a solid movie. It was very similar to the anime. And
you'd think that they'd be all over this in the positive way, like a strong female character who kicked ass, and you think they'd be all over that, like, here's a female character, but they're not. And the reason they're not, and they're trying to find problem with it, is because they're afraid it's gonna do damage to Captain Marvel. That's what the whole thing is. Yeah,
there's some weird stuff going off. There's some weird stuff going on in the background, I think, with this. And I think because, partially because it's a Fox thing, and the Disney Fox acquisition might be part of it. Because, again, like you said, if Disney owned Fox at this point, they would keep Alita far away from Captain Marvel. So
it would be a much different movie.
But yeah, I'm not going to ruin the movie for you. I'm just going to say, if you've read the manga...
Yeah, we're not going to tell you what happened. No.
Read or you've read the anime. Yeah, if you can read the anime, well, if it's subtitled, you can read it. It's very, now I haven't actually seen the anime in like 20 years. But the story beats, from what I can remember of it, are all there. Most of them are there. They did rearrange some stuff a little bit. They add a couple things, but it was a pretty faithful adaptation overall, and it was solid. It was a solid movie. She was a strong character. I think she was a very strong character. It's pretty violent. Not as violent as the anime, but it's still pretty violent. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about? We addressed Shira. We just addressed Alita, not dressed. Addressed. Go ahead.
Matt Adams, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Is there a streaming service that shows all the 80s cartoons and shows? Jason the Wheeled Warriors is my favorite. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. If someone was smart, they'd make that happen. But you'd have a lot of rights issues to go through.
Yeah, because not everybody owns. Now, I mean, Boomerang was always good for that, but it was all Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Alita needed more Noelle Stevenson. Yeah, that's funny.
Do you think Disney is suppressing Alita because it's stealing thunder from their MCU? Yeah, because they're making such a big deal. See, here's the thing. Alita's like, hey, this is a good movie, come see it. Just happens to star a female character. Whereas Captain Marvel, they're like, it's a woman. Did we mention a woman? A superhero woman. She's a woman. She's a woman. And Aaliyah's like, yeah, it's
interesting
a good
today.
movie.
On Twitter, I saw it shared. And I don't remember who did the video, but they actually had a comparison between Gal Gadot and Brie Larson speaking to the press. And Gal Gadot was very poised and very well spoken, and she talked about Wonder Woman and how basically Wonder Woman's for everyone, and how they wanted to focus on her as a character more than just her being a woman, and addressing that. And then they showed Brie Larson and her making the comments. I didn't actually see the video of her where she's like, I don't need a 40-year-old white dude telling me what I didn't like about Wrinkle in Time, and they think I hate men or whatever. And her whole attitude, one, she just comes across as like she's not very well educated, but two, her attitude was just, I mean, she was just like boiling over with negativity and attitude. And then Gal Gadot was just so poised and inspiring and talking about how they wanted her to be a good character. And that's the problem. Wonder Woman was a good character first, and she was a woman. Wonder Woman. Where Captain Marvel, what I fear is going to happen is that it's going to be about activism first and her being a woman first and a good character second. And I'm hoping that's not the case, but I'm really thinking that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I think so. And Gal Gadot, I mean, she was talking about how they consciously made an effort to not hammer home that she was a woman. It's just they wanted to make a good,
they want to make a movie that
yeah.
everybody could enjoy. And Captain Marvel is just downright out to alienate a whole bunch of their audience.
Yeah, Jason Green, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Kit, Geeky needs Prozac. Yeah. Talbot Links, thank you. Didn't have to do that. One of the top Jace writers was top Babylon 5. Was that JMS? Because he worked on He-Man too.
She-Ra too.
Yeah, he did. Gal Gadot is professional. She's awesome. Yeah, I saw that Ezra Miller. God, I can't talk tonight.
Miller.
What is in this? This is just bad coffee. Ezra Miller. Yeah, he's wackadoo, man. Like
I've seen him.
I saw that really strange interview with him, and I'm like, he cannot carry a Flash movie. He's weird. He's just a weird dude. I don't know. We're gonna wrap this one up.
Yep.
Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. There will be more She-Ra to come. Oh, 80's totally awesome. Thing you didn't have to do that. Ulysses 31, Jace, pole position. Yes, pole position. Gem, She-Ra, and Starbright. Yeah,
I like Gem.
Pole position. I do remember all those like video game shows. They had Cubert. They had
Cubert.
Donkey Kong. They had.
I remember that. They had
Pac-Man had his own show, of course.
Oh yes,
and,
I remember.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to wrap this up, guys. But keep watching. You're going to start seeing more and more She-Ra articles popping up now because they're going to have, 2 months away from the new show, season 2, which is actually season 1 split in half.
Yeah.
Season, quote unquote, 2 is coming. So you're going to start seeing more and more of these articles. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to try to build bridges or they're going to try to just burn them down more, which I think they're going to go with the torch it more.
I thought after that last article on Sci-Fi that they were going to try to build bridges. I am not convinced. I think they did it just because, like, okay, fine, we'll shut these people up. We'll try to build bridges, and now we're gonna go in and hammer the same beats that we were last time, which didn't work. So I mean, look, the show's gonna have its audience. It's not gonna be a lot of classic fans. I don't think they're gonna do a toy line. I'd be very surprised.
Well, I don't know. I've heard they were, so I'm waiting. I was trying to see, but it's so far I haven't seen anything. But you can keep bringing out those dolls and go to Target and pick up the Barbie sized She-Ra. She's beautiful. I recommend her $75, but she has all these different outfits and stuff, and she's just amazing. So definitely pick that up. If you haven't got it yet, go get that.
Geeky, stay have the She-Ra press machine. Your blood pressure is pushing.
You know what? It probably is.
You know what?
I need blood pressure pills.
Ever since we started doing YouTube, we have been popping blood pressure pills. I'm actually on them.
But you were from before that.
Yeah, I've been on blood pressure pills for years. But Geeky hasn't been, and we've been popping them like freaking Tic Tacs.
No, we aren't. We're not popping them like Tic Tacs.
Yes, we are.
You are. If you are, here's the problem.
I just take a fistful of pills.
I don't pop them like Tic Tacs. Go ahead. Anyway.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for jumping in and jumping on tonight, and we're competing with the Oscars. Look at that. So.
What drugs do? You hardcore? Oh my god, man! I'm just popping those blood pressure pills like Tic Tacs.
I've been. Look, okay. This is how you know. This is how you know I worked in marketing.
Hardcore, man.
This is how you know I worked in marketing and PR because I've been on blood pressure pills since I was in my 20s. Like, I've got like ridiculously high blood pressure.
What Neon didn't know was Geeky secretly replaced his pills with placebos. And he's been popping placebos this entire time. Now, anyway, go ahead.
Oh, that means you want me dead.
No, I don't want you dead.
You just want me to have a heart attack and die.
I'm more likely than you are. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, let's not stress out Geeky. So we're going to wrap this one up. Thanks, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I guess we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, goodbye.